Hi there, this is a thought for the day. And again, we're going to read from the book on the taboo against knowing who you are by Alan Watts. And this is coming from page 5. The bottom of page 5 is where I'm starting. And he says, the problem of man and techniques, I'm going to translate that to be technology. The problem of men and technology is almost always stated in the wrong way. It is said that humanity has evolved one-sidedly, growing in technical power without any comparable growth in moral integrity, or, as someone would prefer to say, without comparable progress in education and rational thinking. Yet the problem is more basic. The root of the matter is the way in which we feel and conceive ourselves as human beings. Our sensation of being alive, of individual existence, and of identity. We suffer from a hallucination, from a false and distorted sensation of our own existence as living organisms. Most of us have the sensation that I myself, those words, indicates a separate center of feeling and action, living inside and bounded by the physical body, a center which confronts an external world of people and things, making contact through the senses with a universe both alien and strange. Everyday figures of speech reflect this illusion. I came into this world, quote. Another quote, you must face reality. Another quote, the conquest of nature. These feelings of being lonely and very temporary visitors in the universe is in flat contradiction to everything known about man and all other living organisms in the entire universe. We do not come into this world. We come out of it as leaves from a tree. As the ocean waves, the universe peoples. Every individual is an expression of the whole realm of nature. Let me say that again. We do not come into this world, we come out of it as leaves from a tree. As the ocean waves, the universe peoples. Every individual is an expression of the whole realm of nature, a unique action of the total universe. This fact is rarely, if ever, experienced by most individuals. Even those who know it to be true in theory do not sense or feel it, but they continue to be aware of themselves as isolated egos inside bags of skin. The first result of this illusion is that our attitude to the world outside is largely hostile. We are forever conquering nature, conquering space, conquering mountains or deserts or bacteria or insects, instead of learning to cooperate with them in a harmonious order. In America, the great symbols of this conquest are the bulldozer and the rocket, the instrument that batters the hills into flat little tracks for little boxes made of ticky-tacky, and the great phallic projectile that blasts through the sky. Nonetheless, we have fine architects who know how to fit houses into hills without ruining the landscape, and astronomers who know that the Earth is already way out in space, and that our first need for exploring other worlds is sensitive electronic instruments, which, like our eyes, will bring those most distant objects into our own brains. The hostile attitude of conquering nature ignores the basic interdependence of all things and events, that the world beyond the skin is actually an extension of our bodies, and will end in destroying the very environment from which we emerge and upon which our whole life depends. The second result of feeling that we are separate minds in an alien and mostly stupid universe is that we have no common sense, no way of making sense of the world upon which we are agreed in common. It's just my opinion against yours. And therefore the most aggressive and violent and thus insensitive propagandist makes the decisions. A muddle of conflicting opinions united by force of propaganda is the worst possible source of control for a powerful technology. It might seem then that our need is for some genius to invent a new religion, a philosophy of life, and a view of the world that is plausible and generally acceptable for late 20th century, and through which every individual can feel that the world as a whole and his own life in particular have meaning. This, as history has repeatedly shown, is not enough. Religions are divisive and quarrelsome. They are a form of one-upmanship because they depend upon separating the saved from the damned, the true believers from the heretics, the in-group from the out-group. Even the religious liberals play the game of we're more tolerant than you. Furthermore, as systems of doctrine, symbolism, and behavior, religions harden into institutions that must command loyalty, be defended, and be kept pure, because all belief is really just fervent hope, and thus a cover-up for doubt and uncertainty. So religions must make converts. The more people who agree with us, the less nagging insecurity about our position. In the end, one is committed to being a Christian or a Buddhist, come what may, in the form of new knowledge. New and indigestible ideas have to be wrangled into the religious tradition, however inconsistent with its original doctrines, so that the believer can still take his stand and assert, I am first and foremost a follower of Christ, Mohammed, Buddha, or whoever. Irrevocable commitment to any religion is not only intellectual suicide, it is positive unfaith, because it closes the mind to any new vision of the world. Faith is, above all, openness, an act of trust in the unknown. So as you go through your day today, even if you're a believer, a belonger to one of the big religions, ask yourself, how open am I? What if the world changes? What if the information changes and I can't change with it? What happens? Think about how open you want to be as well. And have a great day.